What's up? So today we're playing NHL 23. This is Eashl Goalie. It is club finals. This game should be a very good game. And whenever I see a good game is happening, I start recording. I'm going to throw what build I'm using on screen right now. And the other two builds, the other two variations. Bro, what in the world? Okay, whatever. So the other two variations, there's a 1T version and a big tipper version. Now I'm going to start being silent because those types of goals I hate when they're behind the goal line and it goes in somehow. So I'm using a stand-up right now, and as you can see, the rebounds won't be that good. I've learned that if the rebound control on a stand-up is 86 or above, it can be decent. Somewhat decent. But anything below 86, it doesn't matter. The rebounds will be horrible. Now, of course, the first goal didn't really show that too good, but this build is very good at tight cross creases. The only reason that goal went in was because he was right on the goal line and it went behind me. And my goalie didn't get an animation. That's the only reason it went in, but that usually doesn't happen. He saves excellent cross creases. So if you're interested in good cross creases, if you're interested in just great saves, the stand-up is really, it's just an all-around good build. And a good 5-hole, then use this build. He's screening me right now, but it doesn't matter because I'm using my stand-up. He doesn't realize. This stand-up build can't get screened, my boy. Oh, come on. That should have been a pick-off. That should have been picked off. See that right there? He ran into me, but it didn't go 5-hole even though he ran into me. The only way it can go 5-hole is if they are very, very close and they get a somewhat lift on the puck. But that's the only way. It will not get beat 5-hole. I don't have to drop down in 5-hole ever. Alright, only one goal. Okay, it's only one goal. It's no big deal. I will look at how the goal went in, but this build is very nice. And I have seen that people get worried in the comments. They're like, wait, does this mean that the other builds aren't that good? No, that's not true. Every build for NHL 23 this year that I have posted on this channel is a good build. I posted that build for a reason. All builds that I post on this channel are good. So don't write the previous builds off just because I post a new one. Alright, let's look at how this goal went in. I'll explain what happened. You see that? He is on the goal line. This shit... Oh! It hit my foot. That's why. That right there is why that went in. See, it's just an unfortunate bounce. It hit my back heel and went into the net. He did not mean to do that. He did not mean to score that. That's EA... Or that wasn't EA stuff. That was just unfortunate stuff. So, whatever. That's the first goal. It's behind us now. And also behind my foot. Also, for those who are going to ask, inevitably, I am using the classic camera. I think I'm using classic. Nice! Yeah, let's go. Shove that in the net, boy. Now, this build's weakness... What is this build's weakness? This build's weakness is that it can't pick up the puck. That goes for every stand-up build. I don't care what recovery you have, what rebound control, anything. You can't pick up the puck. I don't know what it is. Even with Sponge. Sponge does not work on a stand-up. It just, you can't pick up the puck and the rebounds just don't matter. The only way that I've seen to help rebounds is if you have dialed in and 86 or higher rebound control. But even then, the rebounds still aren't that good, but that's the best it can get. Also, I'll tell you this is kind of new. The post-to-post attribute, especially on gold, is legit. If you have post-to-post on a butterfly especially, the cross creases, you save beautiful cross creases. But in the silver, it's still very good. That's why this build is good at cross creases, especially since it's just automatically good at weight. It's good at movement, the stand-up build, at least for me. But this post to post is a beautiful attribute for cross creases. Sometimes I save cross creases, I'm not even moving, and my goalie is still getting desperation saves and saving the cross crease. Because post to post, it just helps you so much. See that? That was a 5-hole save without me going down against close quarters. That's what I'm talking about. And also, I've learned that stance 49. I actually switched my stance a little bit. I switched to stance 38 for a little bit. Stance 38 is very good at breakaways, but it lets in more 5-hole goals. At least against me. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but it's just letting more 5-hole goals than any other stance. Stance 49 is very good at 5-hole. Because let's go! Because it's the lowest stance. If you go into replay mode and go look at how your goalie stands when the puck is close, your goalie is so close to the ground. It's like your pad's here and the ground is down there. You are so close to the floor. I'm actually going to show you guys in replay mode after the period. See that? Right there, I had to hold down Y, and that's the weakness. You have to hold down Y more. If you don't, that puck was going to go in if I didn't hold down Y. That period was much better than the previous period. Let's just lock down this game. Okay, I want to show you the beauty of stance 49 and why it's really good at 5-hole. So with every stance, I'm just gonna no shots. With every stance, the closer the puck is, the lower your stance gets. You see how it kind of moves down a little bit? Look at it move down right there. Look how far down my goalie's pads are. And his stick is right there. They have a very small window to put the puck 5-hole. So even if your goalie doesn't get an animation, your pads are so low that he'll save the 5-hole still. He'll save the low shot, even without an animation. Because that does happen sometimes. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. This is the second period shot. And I want to show you guys, I was moving, and he still made the save. Oh, okay, I'll tell you right now. This build is horrible at passing the puck out. I know it's not me. Right when I changed my stance from a butterfly or hybrid or whatever it was to a stand-up, I just all of a sudden couldn't pass the puck out anymore. I don't know what changed it. Maybe it was the agility because I have the agility at 86. But it's just every time I pass it out, it's a turnover if they're there. But with other builds, it goes through the enemy team. So I don't know why. I have bad habits because of it. Did you see that? My goalie got no animation and saved a close quarters cross crease. This build is so good at cross creases. I'm telling you, unless I'm late, this build saves every cross crease.
Drywall on that play. They're trying to claw their way back into this game. Down in the game, 3-1 is where we sit. Puck grab right straight line.
I hate those. Oh, see that? See that crap? See that crap? No, you don't. Look at what I'm talking about. This is a stand-up goalie with 87 recovery and 91 speed, but like I said, speed only counts for 5-hole. That's why this build is so good at 5-hole. But the post-to-post attribute just carries this build.
Detroit discussion with both centers all tied up in the draw. Here's a chance, sends it in front, and that's...
And if you guys want to know how I save cross creases, check this video out. I'll put it in the description as well. I made a whole video on how to save cross creases and one-timers, and I still use those tactics. Let's go, that's an amazing win. I still use those tactics, and those tactics plus this build is just complete and utter domination. So use this build. I'm also going to go into it and explain a little bit of it. But let's look at the RP. 355 RP. Let's go. I don't really care about RP anyway. Alright, now let's get into the build. I'll show you guys exactly the attributes. I did show a picture, but I can also explain some things. So if we go into the build, this is the build I was just using for the game. Okay. So I have stand up 6'5", 190. Those are just my default options that I like to use. Dialed in post to post contortionist. It's the same concept as any other build that I've already posted. So go ahead and use the build. Now I will tell you guys, and the no timer is the exact same thing, just with no timer on. But I'll explain that the big tipper version, this is the big tipper version. It's just the rebounds aren't as good because I had to sacrifice the rebound control for 88 recovery, because to get tip jar, I needed stick low to be 89, which means I had to sacrifice the 5-hole down to 84, which means I had to get, instead of the 5-hole shuffle speed, I had to get recovery up to 88 for the reflex speed for 91 speed, which means I had to bring down the rebound control to put the recovery up. It's very confusing, but that's exactly what happened. So that's why the rebounds won't be as good for the big tipper version, but the rebounds are still as good as they can get. They can't get much worse than they already are. It's just the rebound control and the dialed in helps a little bit. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Let me know what you want to see next. If you want to see a specific thing next, I'll probably make a drop-in takeover. That's what I'll do next video. See you guys then. Goodbye.